here today. We ask for courage, sharp and keen, not golden spoils, but dreams unseen. Like smoke we drift, like flames we strike. United hands will shape the night. We offer purpose, skill and creed, a path for those who dare to lead. The weak will crave the strength we share. The shadow smokers, seed we bear. Hear the shadow smokers call. Stand with us and stand tall. Beyond the fear, beyond the wall. See your face within a frown. We open gates to let you grow. New book you make on fire glow. Forget the chains of yesterday. Your future starts here today. In the shadows, me and I.
Seven years in the cold. They thought the shadows would consume us, but shadows are where we hunt. Started with a dream, ended with a knife in the back. The dust has finally settled, now we seeing through the cracks. The warlords wanted crowns, the false prophet played pretend. The heavy hitter left, brought the empire to an end. Yeah, they walked out the door, left the project and give up. Thought the fire would die, but look at what we got. One flight across the sea, now the kings know the name. While the fraud plays his games, hiding under new flames. Zombies in the chat, yeah, we clearing out the dead. The clock is ticking down, mark the words that I said. No more silence, no more fakes in the room. We built this castle on the edge of the dome. This is the Legion. We rise from the ash. You can steal the credit, but you can't buy the class. Shadow smokers moving, yeah, the new blood is here. We survived the betrayal. We survived the fear from the little guy shop. Through the Taipei streets, we the ones standing when the enemy retreats. Legion. The snake tried to fake it, got exposed in the light. Two brothers plotting in the dead of the night. The strongest support crumbled, yeah, that could hit deep. But Val kept the history while the traitors were asleep. Now Rick and Joey standing guard at the gate. Martin and the boys is keep out the fakes. We paid for the anthem, yeah, we paid every due. Integrity is something that they never know. They said we were finished. They thought that the Legion was broken, but you can't kill a ghost and you can't stop the storm. Are you active or are you dead?
Hey guys, Sony Soy Sass and welcome to today's Smokers Panel Live. Today's what? Few days away from New Year's. The D-Day. And yeah, life still had to go on. A lot of things happening. And one of the good news for those people who cared, Yazzer contacted me like last night. Well, not more like this morning. I think it was like 2 or 3 a.m. this morning. And yeah, back and forth a few messages, but here we go. You know, it's just another. I think it's one good thing after another, to be honest with you. So no, it's a good day. Hey Sam, man, it's a good day. So we'll start today with the cigar and we'll chat and see if anybody joins us, right? Because I think there's this football thing going on today or something like that. Not too sure. I don't watch football. So let's smoke. And the reason I was late today, here's what happened, okay? So usually at home, I don't wear a lot of clothes. I wouldn't wear long sleeve and everything. And what happened was today after I did all the chores outside, plow the snow, service the oil on the snow plow, snow blower, I mean, plow the backyard, go out and get the usual stuff, water and stuff again. And I was tired sitting over there. I had a couple hot dogs and like just basic food. So I was eating between 3 all the way to 6:30. I was eating the whole time, eating. All right. Thanks, Sam, man. And so I'm eating. I'm in front of the heater and have central heat and stuff like that. I'm sitting over there eating. I don't need all that thermal stuff on me. So I took off my thermal shirt and hoodie, put it in there. I wear a t-shirt, but like I had it neatly folded to the side. After I ate, had a food coma. Literally, I was on the phone like this, and I dozed off. And I woke up. I was like, oh, okay, it's time to have a cigar. And I couldn't find my thermals, couldn't find my hoodie that I set to the side that I was gonna wear to come to the basement because it's colder in here. It's about 19 degrees Celsius in here, cold. Okay, I mean not. It's 19 degrees Fahrenheit here. It's cold. And I couldn't find it. I was looking all over the place. I was like, you know what? And I got to a point where like I give up. Like it's time to just find a new clothes. I didn't want new clothes because I already wear this today, and I want to just like put some smoke on it and then go to wash, right? So with that being said, I was searching all over the place. My wife at the whole time did not say a thing. And I was like, did you see the t-shirt that I put over here? Like not the thermals and stuff I put over here? So yeah, it's in the wash. I was like, and all this time you see me walking out, looking for clothes and didn't say anything. Yeah, it's in there. I was like, bitch. So yeah, I searched for clothes for like 30 minutes and finally she told me that it's in the wash. It's not in the dryer. So, oh no, she said it's washed. Check the basket. And I went to the basket. It's not in the basket. It's not in the basket. So I went to, I went back to her again. She said, oh, it's actually in the heater. I mean, the dryer. So I went to the dryer. So all that stuff takes time. It's like back and forth. A lot of many back and forth. So kind of annoying. What happened was, oh, there's a feedback. I think Val is looking at the stream.
Are we live?
We are live. I can hear the feedback from you looking at it or something like that.
And just like the infamous Martin Amaya would say, it's probably my phone.
You're like super excited today. Did you guys win or lose? What happened?
Hold on, man. Let me do something. Let me do something. Here we go. I just posted my cigar. Oh, what's going on here? I don't know what's going on here. I gotta clear out my phone, clear out my phone, clear out my phone, clear out my phone. I'm ready. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
So did you guys win or something? You look super excited or like pumped.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. Everybody. The Fantasy Football League is winding down. We got the championship game tomorrow. I'm going to mention some names here because they were in the league before. They used to be in the Shadow Smokers League, and we still remain good friends. Going to the championship round and ended up overall in first place with a 12-3 record was, I believe, James. I believe second place went to, I want want to say one for Steve, I believe, or Albert. Third place went either to Albert or Steve, and fourth place came into Brian. And the championship round for the championship game, it will be Brian against Steve. So
Okay.
the significant thing about that, Steve was the very first champion 2 years ago. Last year, it was Brian. So it's two past champions playing against each other for the championship tomorrow. Outside of that, I had a decent season. Wish it was better. I believe that I should get the comeback game of the year. Because last year I only won 3 games. This year I won 8. Ended up in 6th place, but I won 8. So I doubled my winning from last year. And I ended up in 6th place with an 8-7 record. So that's about the big excitement for that. So the other excitement is my Christmas gift. Man, I got a fantastic Christmas gift. I'm gonna tell you.
All right.
So, did I get what I wanted for Christmas? No. But I got something good.
What'd you get?
I got a Woodford Reserve, the Woodford Reserve collection, which is the mix to make the Woodford Reserve Old Fashioned Syrup, the Woodford Reserve Bourbon Cherries, the Woodford Reserve Orange Bitters, a bottle of Woodford Reserve Double Oak, and a bottle of straight Woodford Reserve.
And for those people who's in the Legion, he actually posted a photo this afternoon and said, I think he said lunchtime was the time.
Lunchtime. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Lunchtime. But you know how the typical thing is that I don't know, many people are in my situation. You get the proverbial thing, like it's for Father's Day, you get a tie.
Okay.
All right. For the past several Christmases, don't get me wrong, I love my gift. I love the gift. I always got a T-shirt that was cigar related.
Okay.
Okay, which was fine. But then you have so many T-shirts. Okay, so when you think you have enough is enough, like, when you have like 20 T-shirts, so, and I kept dropping hints. Okay, and the only thing that I wanted was a wallet.
Oh, okay.
Now, I could have bought a wallet. There's no problem me going out and picking out a wallet that I like. But, Mom, what do you think I should get Dad for Christmas? Mom, what does Dad want for Christmas? Mom. I leave my wallet hanging out there, all wrinkled and falling apart. I think I need to get me a wallet. Yeah, I should get a wallet. I mean, my wallet's only 10 years old, but it's done. The inside is falling apart. The edges are all frayed. The letter's getting cracked. I kept leaving little hints. I thought for sure I was going to get a wallet. Okay? But I didn't. And that's okay. That's okay because I got something good. I got my favorite stuff to make an old fashioned. That's my favorite drink, is the old fashioned. So I have no. I mean, I'm very happy with it. Actually, I was surprised to get it. Um, Along with that, you've seen those advertisements with the those wooden cups, those wooden cups with the charred inside. Okay, are you
You mean the
familiar with
smoking
that, Tony?
kit?
Have you seen those?
The smoking kit?
No, not the smoking kit, but just the cup. It's just the cup.
Okay.
I should have brought it out and showed you guys. I'll run in the house real quick and bring it out. That was a big surprise to me.
A
So
wooden
that was
cup.
nice because that went along with the drinking items that I received. Okay. So I received a couple of other surprises. I ain't gonna mention them all because But anyway, it was a nice Christmas. It was a good Christmas. I had some good time. I spent a little Christmas Eve a little bit as much as I could with you guys on the chat because I was with family and I kind of stepped out for a little bit. I wish I could have attended the entire thing, but I told my wife I was going to do this. Go on a live. Well, it's Christmas Eve. I says, yeah, but we got a whole bunch of family there and you're doing all kinds of stuff. I'm going to go off for a little while. I'll be right outside the door. I'll be right back in. There's still plenty of time, to do Christmas stuff.
Well, when you were there, there were a few people leaving. So.
Well, kind of, sort of, yeah. Yeah. But we had already been there for a few hours. Okay. And when my granddaughter left, Isabel, she left. And then I introduced you guys to it. When my son came by, he just came by because he had a cold and he was afraid that he would
Spread it?
expose his cold to everybody there, and he didn't want to do that. So he just came by to say hi to me, and I was out there say hi to Mom, and then he says, okay, I'll see you guys in a couple of days, because he didn't want to expose the rest of the family to what his cold symptoms were. And he got, when he started getting a cold, you still get that fearfulness of maybe it might be, the flu or pneumonia or beginning stages of bronchitis or maybe even COVID. So he went to see his doctor and he got tested for everything. And he said, no, he just got a really bad cold. It should run its course. He should be okay. So, but he still didn't want to take the chance. He was tested negative for a lot of stuff. So he was fine with that. But when I was leaving the house, I brought some cigars with me. And of course, I was going to bring my tablet. You don't need a tablet. We're going to be with family. It's Christmas Eve. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to have this. I said, yeah, but I'm going to be with my cigar family too. Okay, I'm going to just be a little time with them, and I got the rest of the night to be with everybody else. So I didn't take my tablet, which was a big mistake. I should have taken it anyway. Instead, I had my phone, and I know I was able to connect with the phone, but I got a screen like this big for me to look at, and I can't tell if I'm on or, and I can't see the big video like everybody else can, or like I can on my tablet. So I said to myself, next time I'm bringing my tablet. I don't care. I'm bringing my tablet. I'm bringing it. And so that was a big problem for me. And then stepping outside the door, being on the step alcove area. Luckily, I had some overhead cover because it started to mist up. Started to have a very, very light misty rain, a very, very light drizzle, but I was protected from that. I didn't know how the lighting was going to be for me because I was with the porch lights, and I didn't know how much I would be into view with that, so that kind of concerned me a little bit. But overall, it was a good day. I spent a little time with the Legion members on the live and with you, Tony, and Martine, and finished that off and went inside with the family. So it turned out okay. Turned out pretty good.
But the good news is next year Christmas Eve lands on a Thursday. So that party will not mess with this party.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so I am smoking the ribeye.
There we go.
Can you see it? Did I show it? Yeah. Can you see it?
Yep.
The ribeye.
So I'm smoking a cigar that JB sent me a long time ago, a bunch of cigars. And
James Brown. James Brown. You talk about James Brown, the hardest working man in the show business. He ain't with us no more.
No, not that person.
Oh,
JB from California.
well, get down with your bad self, Tony. JB from California.
And the one I'm smoking is called the Swords of Laban. Swords of Laban. The brand, I don't know what brand is it. Apostate?
Yeah. The one with the arrow going down, something like that on the band.
No, it's all like Egyptian stuff.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, let me get a close shot on this.
damn. I want to say apostle or apostolic.
Apostle. There you go.
Okay. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Postania.
Apostate.
Apostate. Okay.
So yeah,
All right.
that's what we got today. You know, the cigar look relatively dark, but it actually smokes very light. And surprising, the draw is pretty good. And no stem. What? No stem. I don't know what I know, right? On behalf of everyone, I just want to say, how you doing, Barry? Fucking Barry. All right, here we go.
Barry.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Barry Manilow?
I don't know his last name.
Ain't with us no more.
I don't know his last name. But Jesse and Joey definitely know who I'm talking about, because I don't. I don't even know Barry, so.
All right.
You see? Jesse said, damn it, Barry. So we had an AI song made the other day, and the AI choose the song's person named Barry. So I'll upload that music soon, but like, yeah, it's about Barry. And I think you guys will get a kick out of it listening to that Barry. Barry's a very nice gentleman. He might have a damaged left lung, but he's a very nice person. So yeah, a few days away from New Year's Day and Eve. We will be on for New Year's Eve, because you know New Year's Eve countdown is like what? Yeah, at 12. By the time I'm done, you guys are not even close to countdown anyway. So we'll still jump on to have a cigar. It's happy New Year to everybody, and then you can go. You have 1 hour to rush to your wife and give her that New Year kiss. We'll watch, I don't know, Miley Cyrus or whatever singing. Or, yeah, Mariah Carey, maybe. So we'll be on just to chill. Of course, after New Year's, it will take me a few days to sort out the Legion member that has not been active. And, you know, if we don't see you, then goodbye. Have a good year. Goodbye. We'll go through our sorting and audit and purge at the first of this year. I do see a lot of members start to like come out and be active again. Either on the Discord side or the Facebook side. So hopefully we can start slowly kind of transition United to just not just use one platform so everybody can talk to each other. Because like having two platforms really makes it like a too small group rather than one big group. So hopefully that will change soon. Try to like be woodsy and fruity at the same time, but it kind of tastes like burning plastic, but yet it's trying to be woodsy and fruity at the same time.
Man.
So I wonder how much snow did you guys get? Like did you get any snow yesterday?
Snow?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get any snow. I'm very lucky. I thought it was gonna snow. His temperatures were in the 40s, but it was cloudy, it was misty and a light drizzle, and I thought for sure it's gonna drop and snow's gonna come. And the same thing for today. It was in the 40s. I had a light mist this morning, a very light drizzle, but no snow. So I got lucky. And the last couple of days, several days, I had a little burst of gusty wind. So I'm thinking that kind of pushed it by us a little bit. So I was pretty happy with that.
We have it's not a like big storm. We have a little bit more than an inch, probably like 2 inch or 3 inch, okay? But it went all night. It was all night, and then we got plows up going all night. And because of that, I was up next to my dog all night because he was very rattled by the sound of those plow going over and stuff like that. So he went over to do that and basically watch TV until this morning. So camping, I have something to tell you about. It's really funny because I had a conversation with El Presidente, and El Presidente is like, you know that person in the Legion, that was at the ITS release meet. Isn't he with luxury cigars? So apparently you look like Chris Doyle from Luxury Cigars. And I look at the picture, you guys does have some resemblance. Because he really thought that you were him. So those people who doesn't know who Chris Doyle look like, you can search for it. And then I think the only difference is that one look younger, one older, one has glasses, one doesn't. That's pretty much it. Yeah, the conversation was like, oh, you know that guy? I was like, what guy? What are you talking about? I don't know anybody that works for luxury over here.
Are you talking about that monthly cigar club, Luxury Cigars?
I think it's just luxury cigar. Yeah, the monthly cigar thing. I think that's the guy. And yeah, I look up his picture. I just searched for Chris Doyle and then saw one of his stream, and then I looked at it and it's like, oh shit, okay, he does look like him. He had the same kind of beard, same, wears a hat and stuff like that. Same thing. Oh no, not wearing a hat. I think he was like just bald. So I was looking at the picture. I was like, oh yeah, they look like.
All right, so let me back up a few minutes here, because I missed the beginning part of Yasser. So you mentioned Yasser.
Yeah, I talked to Yasser.
Okay.
So
first off, is he doing okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Very good.
He said that a lot of things are winding down, and he said hopefully next year he can be a little bit more active and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just like a few things. It's more like checking in. He asked me how was Christmas raffle and stuff like that. Is it too late and stuff like that? I was like, yeah, well, it happened on the 20th. But it went out well and stuff like that. Yeah.
So did you tell him that we thought of him like McDonald's, that he deserved a break that day?
I told him that we know that he's going through quite a busy time and stuff like that. Didn't want to bother him.
Yeah.
That idea. But yeah, he
acknowledged it.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And he still wants to reward some Legion members. So he asked me to give him a list because they might get something. They might. I'm not gonna say what what's gonna go
Yeah.
happen. But if Yaza's asking for your address,
Yeah.
just saying, maybe. There is benefit of being an active members, and sometimes if he missed something, I guess he wants to reward those active members.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's nice. He is a truly genuine, nice person. Just like I get with a lot of our members,
Mhm.
and you can kind of get the feel about the person by the chats and pictures and stuff. But when you actually get the opportunity to meet that person actually in person, it kind of how do you say it comes to fruition that this person is truly nice.
Mhm.
And I can say that about El Presidente.
Mhm.
Nice person, kind-hearted, friendly. One of the nicest guys you would probably ever meet. I could say that about Joey.
Mhm.
Okay, not having met him in person, but talking to him in the chats, seeing him in the chat room. Yeah, he's a little cantankerous. He's a little boisterous, but that's some of the nice things about some of the people that we have.
Mhm.
Okay, and the same thing with Camping Guy. I got a chance to meet him when we went to the ITS. Very nice guy. I wish I had a list of everybody that I could mention it to, but overall, we have a very, very nice group. We really do. We
Mhm.
really do.
Yeah, it's like I think overall, overall, if there was no issues at the moment of whatever that you're doing, our group is great, right? It really feels great to sit down and then with everybody have a cigar and stuff like that. So that's the usual cases. Yaz are just like, I don't know. He just tend to have things happen when you want to meet up with them. Like, he want to be there, he want to hang out, but things always happen. And it's not saying that he never shows up. I smoked with him twice, and he's a nice guy. So he just shit happens.
Yeah, I had a chance to speak with him in one of the Discord chat rooms.
Oh, you did? He actually went on?
Oh, I'm talking a long time ago.
I
Long
don't
time
think
ago.
I ever seen him jump in on Discord. So
Yeah,
that's something
I think it was just stopped in to say hi. It was only like a few minutes. I know he was busy. Very nice guy. Very nice guy.
yeah, definitely a very, very nice guy. And then he's a good listener. He talks well, very calm and slow kind of thing. So nice guy. Joey said, "Don't tell people that I am nice. That I ruin my street cred." All right, you guys want to know the question of the day? This will be a funny one. It's two parts. First part is P. Diddy gonna get more street cred after he comes out? Or he's gonna be more powerful or less powerful when he comes out?
I really don't have an opinion about the guy. I really don't follow him or know much about him.
He's, he does have his side of music empire, right? And
Yeah,
obviously he knows a lot of famous people and throw enough parties and stuff like that. The question is there more people that hates him and gonna treat him like a bitch when he goes to prison? Or the opposite? He's gonna go in there, get street cred, come out to be even more legit of a bad boy. So, because people, when they go to jail, they come out more street cred. So that's the question. Does he goes in and come out with more power, or that he goes in, comes out like a bitch? Is he gotta toss some salad? drop some soap, get stabbed by a spoon. Or is he gonna come out as like, I'm powerful when I'm outside, I'm powerful on the inside, and I'm gonna come out powerful again?
Well, I think because he's a known celebrity, it would not surprise me if he gets shunned maybe a little bit inside.
That. I'm trying to get the fan to turn a little bit because like bothering the smoke. Here we go. Okay, let's see what people think. It says Joey says less respected but definitely more dangerous. Camping says less street cred, more distancing from him like COVID. Okay.
I think you will see people in the industry being distancing, definitely.
Well, people are already doing that.
Yeah,
and
they're doing that
and
now. It's
become,
gonna be.
you know,
It's probably
weakness.
even a lot more whenever.
Okay. Anybody else? There's two parts. So first, we're gonna see, is he gonna be more powerful or less powerful?
I think less.
Less powerful.
I think less.
All right. So everybody, if you have Netflix, you know that 50 Cent decided to make a documentary of the whole thing about P. Diddy. So now it's released this video and stuff like that. And I think P. Diddy is trying to sue him for it or something like that. Now the question is, and this is my wife is super interested in an answer of this, is that when P. Diddy come out, is he gonna retaliate? Is he gonna order another shot? And I was like, man, P. Diddy got, I mean, 50 Cent got shot before. He doesn't care. That makes him a lot of money. Everybody watched that crap, you know. And the question is whether or not he got you will get retaliated. Would it happen like Biggie Small and Tupac? And if it is, let's say the order hit on 50 cents, what will be the counterpart that get retaliated? Who would it be retaliated under the flag of P. Diddy? Right? That was a question. I mean, I don't know the east side, west side information that well. But I say I'll ask. Because there might be some people who's more connected with pop culture and rap culture and stuff like that. I'm not very connected. I know who they are. I know what few of them did. I listened to some of the news and stories, and that's pretty much it. I mean, as to the extent of the power, I mean, it's like Epstein. You know, if Epstein goes to jail, shit hit the fan. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody can say.
You know, yeah, I'm not into that era, that type of music that much. I'm not into hip hop. I can't tell you what's going on with that stuff. I am literally stuck into my rhythm and blues. Okay.
All right. I am very surprised. This is one thing I'm very surprised. I'm like, okay, the past few nights after I'm done, you know, I'm just smoking and I'm jumping the chat. And usually it's Jesse, Kenny, and Joey. The amount of music and diversity that they are good at it boggles my mind. All right, because they were able to, you know, it's like 1980 that style. This that's like they know specific prompt and terms that I when I hear it, I understand it, but I don't even think about it. And this is what amazes me because none of them are music major, right? I mean, when I went to college, I roommate with a music major that went to Berkeley School of Music, and to hear like something like that kind of brings me back in the day, you know, that while like sitting over there listening to him talking trash is like, oh yeah, this thing needs a blah blah blah. This is little. I was like, okay. So I learned a thing or two, but it's quite amazing that like when you sit down and we all try to talk about like what music we're gonna make and stuff like that, and and people were able to give feedbacks, like very constructive feedback too. You know, it's like, so we have some like music there. Now there is a death metal, scary, devilish music coming out. Some people not gonna like it. Some people is gonna be like me. When I heard it, my eyes turned 3 times big. And just let that be. Okay, just let that be. My wife heard it. She cannot understand a thing that song was talking about. She cannot understand it. But that we had to release that one because we didn't make it. We didn't make it. All right, we didn't make it. We'll make few good songs. There we go. We make few good songs. All right. We'll continue to make songs. I think my eventual goal is to have 200 songs from the Legion, where we have a playlist and you can literally just open it and sit down and smoke. Okay, that's the whole goal. I mean, if the metal song was sung by one person standing there and then like, you know, doing there like actually for like 2 hours, and that person will have run out of air and throw already. It was hours of work. It was hours of work. Yeah, I saw Camping try to jump into that one, and then like he was muted, so I couldn't hear him say anything. So yeah, we have some good sessions. We got, you know, some like just sitting down there hanging out sessions. Pretty cool. I know it's holiday, everybody's busy. I mean, that's just the way it is. I have busy time too, you know. But yeah, if anybody's not doing anything and they don't mind to jump in, chat, and have a cigar and listen to some crazy music while we're making them, you know, feel free to join us. You know, it's quite fun. Time flew by. Time flew by because every time you listen to a song, it's 5 minutes, right? So time flew by. But you know, we have a good time. We had a good time. Slowly, one project at a time. One project at a time. Obviously, we try to gather enough people that's like-minded to join the Legion. And once the people join the Legion, we'll have more things to do. The more people we have, the more events we can have, right? Whether or not it's in the Legion event or a meet event or something like that. So we need people to do that, but you know, it has to be active people. We can't have a bunch of, like, we can have 1 million people, but if 9,000 or 900,000 people are not, or 900,000, 99999 people is not active, there's no point, right? We need the people that's like-minded and don't mind to be hanging out and contribute. So the hard truth is people don't care. He is a woman beater and will be glamorized for it. I mean, look, who is the current president of the US? People don't care what you have done. Shame doesn't exist. See, that's the thing, right? I personally don't, well, without getting too political, I don't care what the person is. I just care what the person do after what it is. Because in Chinese history, there's a lot of bad people that were bad, but that were good, right? So for example, the Qing dynasty, we have the emperor, the first emperor of China, first emperor. Before that was king or whatever. That was the first emperor, Emperor Qing. He was a bad guy. He gathers so much hate that you can't be in the same room with him without being a distant. He was the one that invented that distance. All right, you gotta be in a far distance to talk to him because he's afraid of assassination. He's the one that started that. Before I eat anything, the person right next to me had to eat it. If he didn't die, then I'll eat it.
The official tasters.
Yes, he was the one that invented all that stuff because he thought he was gonna die. Everything was to kill him. So he was afraid of all that stuff because he generated so much heat. Everybody wants him dead. But he united China. China was the way it is for hundreds of years because him, right? He unified language. China could have like 500 different kind of writings and all that stuff, but now we have Mandarin and universal. It's because of him. And he also taught them the story is the more educated your people is, the more people learn, the crazier they are. All right, that's why he killed a lot of different like
Well, less controllable.
No. He said because when people are very educated, they want to be more than who they are. That's what he said. They want to be more than who they are, right? You can be a farmer. You farm every day. You're really good at farmer, but you know you are like, I don't want to farm. I'm a farmer, but without me, you got no food. And then they start thinking about weird stuff, rather than someone's like, you know, all I can do is farming, and I'm best at farming. I'm gonna do the best of what I can do with farming. He like, you know, it's the difference between you want the best of the worst or worst of the best. Do you want to be the best of the worst or worst of the best? So makes a difference. My point exactly. People don't care what you have done, regardless how horrible it may be. All they care about what you offer me now. Yes. Chris Brown was on top of the world, couldn't be stopped until the video dropped. He's stuck. Never recovered for a week. I think there are a certain point they don't really care. Yeah, they don't really care. But we had a controversial question of the day. You guys want to hear that too? It's from my mom.
Sure, why not?
Controversial though.
Well, we can limit it and we can control it a little bit. So
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
All right. So Taiwan has recently got rid of death penalty. Okay. And my mom think that is a horrible thing. My mom think that death penalties should exist to punish people who deserve death. And my mom's been complaining to me about it. And she's like, what do you think? I was like, Mom, you don't want to ask me this kind of question. You know I never agree with you, Mom. You know I never agree with you. Because your thought is so simple. And there's no right answer. Like, Mom, there's no right answer. Because you're only saying that it's good to have it because it doesn't affect you. If it affects you, you wish you have it. Now, I give her an example. I say, hey, Mom, let's say I was in the wrong place, in the wrong time, in the wrong date, doing the wrong thing, and I was framed for murdering someone. Right? I was framed. And I wasn't able to prove my innocence. Right? Because in this legal system, there's no innocent proven until you're proven guilty. You're guilty until you can prove yourself innocent. All right? So, and they give me death sentence. And here's the problem. If I'm truly innocent, it might take a long time for me to prove my innocence, but if I'm dead, I can't prove, and even if you prove it, this doesn't do anything. So you cannot reverse that mistake. Right? There are some people that has falsely jailed for 18 years. It comes out because whatever technology that they have today will prove them their innocence. Let's imagine now that was death penalty. Does that matter now? 18 years later? So I said there's no right answer because I can tell you if somebody did something to my family, I wish death sentence exists. But if my family was in there, I wish death sentence don't exist. So I can do whatever I can to prove it. So the question is, do you think it should exist? Now, that's very controversial.
Yeah, but you're looking at a person who is innocent but was, and after everything is said and done, determined to be guilty, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. But on the other hand, if the person is truly guilty, you know.
But that's the thing, right? So in the legal system, in court, the truth is implied and proven by the lawyer. right? And the evidence that the lawyer have. Now, the truthfully say is who have the better lawyer wins. So let's say you are innocent, but you can't afford a good lawyer, and the other one has what was that, like O.J. Simpson lawyer. O.J. Simpson will get away with it, and you're going to jail for death sentence. Now, do you think that's at that point? Do you think that sentence should exist? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So I told her, like, you know, there's no right answer to that, because at that, you know, at the point is where your point of view is. Do you think that you should get a chance to do that, or you don't? Now, essentially, even a life without parole is still death sentence, technically, in a way. And I'm okay with life without parole. It just costs you money. It costs everybody money.
A lot of money.
If it happens, my family wants simple to call 811. There's only two way that can exist. One person directed to the person that died does it, or one of the member of the jury that passed the sentence should do it. One has to get their hand dirty or life imprisoned. Now, I personally think that life in prison is more justified.
It's worse. It's worse.
It's more justified, right? It gets the true closure, because once the person's dead, you'll never get that. As a family, you'll never get that closure.
Wait. No, you still don't get closure.
No, but you'll get more of closure knowing that this person in jail, you can visit him, bitch at him every day.
No, I don't want to bitch at him every day. I don't want to see him lone off every day. I don't want to see him live in misery and turmoil every day. He took a life. Okay. I want his life.
Now, there's a difference between
you're losing. Look at what you're losing.
Right. I mean,
your son is killed, murdered. This guy is still living. You've lost that connection to your son. You've lost generations of that son. The grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, the legacy continues, it's gone. And yet, this guy continues to live? No.
Well, that's another thing, right? It depends on which kind of jail they go to. There are some jail that's really nice. You get, like, freedom within the confine of jail. So, obviously, I'm not talking about that. There's got to be some sort of punishment every day. I don't know, interrogation every day. I don't know. But again, if you're doing it to an innocent person, is that justified? Right. So there's no right answer to do that. I mean, the legal system has a limitation of what human can do. Right. So, but I also understand capital punishment is one of those issues that people will never fully. Yeah, some people don't think it's necessary. Some people think it's necessary. But again, the truth and fact are two different things, right? Because when you're in court, each person presents their truth. They tell the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth, right? That's different than fact. You can have your truth, I can have my truth, but that's neither of them might be fact. So legal system is not judged by fact; they're judging by truth, and thus is flawed. And which is really funny because I always try to explain this to my mom, and my mom's not very educated. So she somehow twisted the whole subject at the end to, you got to be careful where you're going. America's a mess place. It's dangerous. Got to be careful. Pay vacation with chance to getting more of that. Do the same. I gotta be honest with you. If I'm homeless, I will go try to get a jail sentence. You know, sometimes I go out there. I look at a lot of homeless people in the street and stuff like that. I wonder why they don't just go and kick a police's ass. I feel bad for whoever got his ass kicked, but I would. It's sheltered.
Shelter, it's food, it's healthcare. Yeah.
I wonder why they sleep in the side corner at like right now, at 10 degrees weather. 10-degree weather where they are hiding inside the Bank of America kiosk. Like those bank ATM little thing. I wonder why they do that. I like, if I were you, I'd go find somebody and just punch him in the face. I'm like, go ahead and charge me.
So here's something else. I get confused when the person gets life with a possibility of parole after 25 years. But if you got a possibility of parole, you ain't getting life.
Right. When you have possibility of parole, if you do good and stuff like that, you might be okay with the society and stuff like that. That's
Then don't say you're getting life. Say, I'd rather you say he's getting 45 years with the possibility of parole after 25. It's easier for me to accept than for you to say, well, he's got life, but he's got a possibility of parole after 25 years. That's not life.
But that's the thing. That's a judge can actually overthrow that. You can have your lawyer to demand that. If the judge is like, I'm sentencing you life to without parole, and then you can have a lawyer says we demand minimum of this. Some state has minimum sentencing, some state don't. So it really depends on the state, and you can demand, your lawyer can demand that. But a lot of time is the city or the government against the criminal, and the government don't demand that. So you as a person had to sue him separately. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's say Val for some reason decide to drive, and he decided to drive, and he drive, and he hit Barry on the way, and Barry died. That is a manslaughter, motor vehicle manslaughter. So he will get charged, but it's the government, it's the local, it will be Chicago, city of Chicago against Val. But once Val is sentenced, Barry's wife can sue Val separately.
Civil.
And demand jail sentence. Says, I don't want monetary value, I want him to be jailed. That's a different story. But yeah, that was like the controversial stuff. Like I don't even know why my mom was talking to me about that. I'm like sitting over there having a cigar. My mom called me. That my mom will try to tell me how her surgery was going, because she had a surgery. She fell and broke a leg. Which is kind of funny. Not funny that she got hurt, but funny that she tells me at the reverse time frame. So when she first broke her leg, she calls me after they already treated her leg and then gave her x-ray and then and tell her that she needs a surgery to put some screws in there to hold the bones together. She had a fracture. And she calls me and says she's scared. And I go, Mom, I haven't heard anybody die from a leg surgery. You'll be fine. It's a everyday thing. Everybody breaks their leg, one thing or another. In fact, if you gotta do something good, I'll tell you go break a leg. But she calls me a week and a half after her surgery is done. Said that she is scared of her surgery. I said, Mom, your surgery is done. She's like, yeah, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm so scared. I was like, yeah, you're supposed to have pain. And I showed me the picture. I said, Mom, your cast is already off and you're complaining. She tells me the reverse timeline. Her cast is already off. And she goes, she's afraid of the surgery. Then, Mom, you don't have to go back to surgery anymore. Your cast is off. That means the screw is already there holding your legs together. She's like, but I can't walk. I was like, you can't walk. It's like, yeah, I know. I was like, then tell them to give you a wheelchair. And then she said, but the nurse said that I'm not there yet. So the nurse said that you don't want your wheelchair, that means you can't walk, Mom. I could move. I could
Maybe
wiggle
she's
my
afraid
toes.
to.
Huh?
Maybe she's afraid to.
No, she gets up. She get up. She plays with a tablet. She go pick up the tablet and comes back with the crutches. But apparently walking with the crutches, that's not walking.
Well, yeah, it's modified mobility. Yeah.
She has had modified mobility for more than 10 years. She had a stroke, so her left side doesn't listen to her.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, Mom, you can walk. You just cannot walk the way you walk. Yeah, I told her to get a walker. And she's like, yeah, but that's not convenient. I was like, Mom, you start to sound like me. Just go get a walker, go get a wheelchair, go get an electric one, go get a cyber leg, exoskeleton. She's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, it was so random. That was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, Mom, how do you get from your tablet's protective cover is falling off to your leg issues? Like, I don't know how our conversation went there. But yeah, and then after that, that's when the death sentence came up. So I was like, how do we have this conversation? Like, how do you get there? Apparently we could. One other thing I'm kind of disappointed recently. I ordered 2 boxes of cigars. One was the Keltner's 80 anniversary.
Yeah.
And the other one was the LFD Fine and Rare. I ordered both. And I received just the Keltner. I was like, oh, I wonder why. I went back to look at it. The Fine and Rare was a pre-order. It won't come on until next year. I was like, oh my God. That disappointed me a lot. I thought I got two cigars to play with. But now, nope. I don't. But I will smoke the Keltner on that New Year Eve show. So next Wednesday. I'll let that sit for a little bit. I'm like looking forward to smoke that one. I almost feel like that cigar was released to shove it to Davidoff's face, to be honest with you. With the way it was made. It kind of is like shoving into their face. But I don't know. I think Davidoff's going the wrong direction a little bit. It's trying to keep the SKUs but not the people, and then changing up and stuff like that. But their brand is all about heritage, and when people leave, now what, I did smoke the Perfecto. I did. I think I recorded the review on it, but I did. So yeah, at the end of the year, I'm looking forward to next year. Even though we're not going to the PCA, my wife asked me about it. She said, "Why not go?" I was like, "It wouldn't make sense to go. It wouldn't make sense to go." Number one, it's like obviously we're not going as a vendor. We're going there to hang out. And number two is what I heard was the cost over there in New Orleans is ridiculous compared to Las Vegas.
Expensive. Yeah.
All right, so if it's got to be ridiculous and we're just there to hang out, it doesn't really make sense, right? So, I mean, I'd rather much go to the Las Vegas style. If like the show sucks, they didn't want to be there. There's other places that you can go. Plenty of places. You're not gonna find buffets anymore. Las Vegas don't really have buffets anymore. They have like food halls now. But there's still plenty of places. There's plenty of places you can smoke. Right? From what I know, so. All right, the Fox Chimoli is the same as regular Chimoli, but just branded for the store. From what I heard, it's the same. From what I heard, it's the same. So I don't know if I'm gonna try that. I mean, I don't mind to smoke it. I just don't know if I don't really care that much. That's the thing. Because it's just I think it's just like an extra band on the same cigar. It does look cool. It does look cool, but like I didn't feel like the need to buy a store edition of one cigar and review the same cigar or smoke the same cigar. I'd rather just buy a regular brand. They do have another, the purple one seems to be different, but it's the same one. I don't know. I have to look into it. Like I haven't really looked into Chimoli. I smoked the Chimoli before. The ones I got has beautiful stems. And I tried all three of them and wasn't too fond of it. Jesse, did you try that though? Like the EPC Silk, did you like it? Half Wheel is hinting that it's a new blend. I don't particularly know. From what I was told, someone who smoked it before is the same stuff, but you never know. You never know. Battleborn is not bad. Battleborn, like I'm telling you, Jesse, if you gotta get Battleborn, you gotta get the entire box, man. You gotta get the entire box because I think the point, the whole value is at that box, right? It feels like that. Like that box looks kick ass, in my opinion. I dropped soda on my keyboard so a few days ago, and it's impossible to type now. Time for a new keyboard. Come on, man. $9, you get a new keyboard. I'm surprised how cheap a keyboard nowadays is. It could be. Okay, I'm surprised how expensive can be and how cheap it can be. So I went to the store because I recently bought like was a $500-600 keyboard. It's not even a full keyboard. It's half a keyboard. All right, I bought a keyboard that's half the size. Right? Okay. And it was $500-600. But I'm also like amazed what you can find for $10-12 and a mouse and a keyboard set on Amazon. So yeah, a lot of time I have few spare like soft keyboard at home. It's not available yet. It's not. You think that I'm not gonna? It's not available yet. The ST DuPont table lighter, I want one. It's not available yet.
Why?
I think it's releasing next year.
No, but why do you want one?
Why not? It looks nice.
But you have an ST DuPont.
It's a table lighter with a soft flame and flat flame on it. Hey, here's the thing: you can never have enough lighters.
Well, here's the thing: you can never have enough inexpensive lighters, but the expensive lighters.
That's arguable. Even with your term, you can never have enough inexpensive lighters. To me, that's inexpensive.
Okay.
Coast of London, which distribute ST DuPont product in US, expect to ship later January. Yeah, they're not available yet. When I say inexpensive, is that when you compare something expensive or not, you got to compare to what is around your living costs, right? And here's the thing. My dog goes to day camp Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. It costs $600 a month. And that's just for him to hang out. So if I can spend $600 just for dog to hang out for a month, and this is only 3 days a week.
I'll tell you what, Tony. Put me up for a month, pay me $600 a week. I'll hang out with your dog.
What? Yeah, you can hang out with my dog, but you're deprived the dog to socialize with other dog.
I can walk him by other dogs.
Yeah, but then this is in a room with all the other dogs that he hang out with all the time. That's like saying that you pay me $600, I go hang out with your kid instead of telling your kids go to day camp or summer camp to go hang out with their friends. I can play with my dog, but it's not the same as having the dog to go play with all the other dogs, socialize. Right? So $600 just for that. Compare that, get a $700 lighter. That lighter is gonna sit on my table for a long period of time. It's not expensive. Right?
Does it have flashing lights?
No.
Does it talk to you?
No.
Does it have a recording option on it?
No.
Did you say, hey, DuPont, light up? Will it do it?
That's dangerous as hell. Because remember, I got a lighter where you just blow on it, it'll go on fire. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. But if you compare to like today's cost of living things, like for example, how much does cell phone cost? How much does your cell phone cost?
I get it, but here's the thing with cell phones. You can't keep up with them.
Right. Right. I used to change it every year. I've been changing it every 2 years now because they are relatively the same. I didn't want to buy another phone that's look exactly the same. But a cell phone cost me about $1,500. Last me a year, maybe 2. But that lighter is gonna sit on my table for way more than that.
Well, see, that's different for you with the cell phone because is that the one that you're using for everyday personal use, or is that the one you're using for mostly business use?
Both.
Okay, so it serves an important function for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, just let's say me, if I get, let's say, I think the last time I got a new cell phone was the i5, the i5C.
i5C? The iPhone?
iPhone, yeah.
Okay. That's a long time ago. That's like 11 generations behind.
Yeah, and well, of course, it's obsolete and you can't do any, you can't take all the new stuff in it now. But I'm just saying, the next phone that came out, they said, oh, you need to go get a new phone. Mine works. The i7 is out. Mine works. You know, the 9 or the 11 is out. Mine still works. But then you get to a certain phase where, yeah, it still works, but it's not able to perform to its best full capacity as it can for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And plus, it cannot take the updates because whatever's in that phone in the past can't handle it anymore. It's you know, if you're using your phone like for everyday use and a lot of business, I can see where you have to upgrade that phone every year or every 2 years because the technology changes and your need for it has to be to change with it.
Okay.
I can see that.
Val, do you change your car every year?
No,
Why not?
it works
Do you not use your car every day?
every day.
Yeah. If you use your car every day, it's like using your phone every day. If it has a reason that you can change, you have to update it, make sure it works, why didn't you change your car every year?
Well, maybe because I don't want to do payments every month for more.
Exactly. It's all financial. It has nothing to do with whether or not it works. 'Cause everything you have still works, right? Like people rarely buy a new TV because the TV stopped working. It's because the TV's old, right? People don't buy a new car because the car stopped working. Well, they do, but like, you know, they're buying the car because they want to make sure whatever they're driving is up to the highest standard of safety, right? In a way. For me, it is. Because here's the thing. What bothers me most when I'm driving is that the fact that airbag can expire. Okay? I don't want to drive in a car where I don't even know when the airbag expires. But I know when it's new, it won't expire anytime soon. So I constantly change it because I know that I need to make sure my passenger is safe with their airbag and seatbelt. And whatever that safety technology there is, which is pretty cool. Because I didn't even know, like nowadays, when I drive the new car, it won't even hit the wall no matter what I want to do. I can step on the gas, it won't go. Which is sometimes annoying because the car thinks there's something there when there's nothing there. But safety, right? So I change car for safety, right? But none of those are the same thing as, you know, something like a lighter. But the lighter will sit there forever. In fact, after the lighter doesn't work, it's a nice table weight. The paperweight. And each lighter can tell a story one way or another. I think that's pretty cool. And then if you compare the price of it, it's not very expensive. In my opinion, I pay right now, currently, my utility bill is roughly $1,200 a month. This is just on utility, energy, electricity, and natural gas. So if that costs me that much, $700 lighter is not much. It's like what I pay every month, basically. But prices regardless the issue, because if that cigar, that lighter is $10, I will still buy it. Of course, I wish it's cheaper. Everybody wants things cheaper. I want things cheaper. In fact, here's the thing: the more money you have, the more you wish things are cheaper, because you know how much it costs to make them, right? And I wish they were cheaper, but when I see something that's new, something that is thought to solve a problem, even though you don't have that problem, it makes me want to have it. I'm like a technology nerd. Like if I have something that's technology-wise, like new invention of some sort, it gets me giggly. So when the lighter that was soft flame covering a torch flame came out, I was like, I gotta have that. Right? And you have a table lighter with two different flames, I ain't gonna have that. Because I think also, not only is a lighter, it serves the function as lighter, I think it's a good conversation starter. You're telling me, Val, if you came to my place and you saw the lighter on the table, you're not gonna go play with it.
And no, I won't go. I'll look at it, but I ain't gonna play with it.
You're not gonna try and hey, here's a soft flame, here's a no?
No.
You won't ask about it at all.
I will ask you about it, you know, and I let you pick it up and you know, show me with all the stuff on it.
Here's a table lighter. It's meant to be played with.
You know, and if you offer to place it in my hand, yeah, then I'll do that.
Well, I'll guarantee I will like go play with it. Light your cigar with it. Burn the eyebrows off. Let's do it. Right? Because I think that's a good conversation starter. I think everything cigar related, ashtrays, lighter, cutter, and all that stuff can be a conversation. Can be a conversation. It'll be a good conversation too. It will be a good conversation until you ask how much it is. And here's the thing. I don't have to ever worry about how much lighter I have because I know when my brother comes, he steals a one or two. He'll lose some. He'll take them. So. Salud. What is that?
This is Let me think. It is Four Roses.
Ah, here we go. Today I saw a bottle of I think Macallan. The Macallan. I almost bought it. My wife's like, if you put any more alcohol in your alcohol cabinet before you finish it, the whole cabinet is gonna collapse. You need to drink some before you buy some. So I didn't buy it because like I recently I've been going on vacations, right? So during the vacation, I think I bought total of 6 or 7 bottles added to my collection. But I barely finished 1 bottle recently, so my wife's like, you need to go finish some bottles before you buy them. But I was telling her, I was like, I got a few bottles here. I'm saving it, waiting for my brothers to show up. We can drink it together. Waiting for my friend to show up, so we can drink it together. Waiting for my student to show up, so we can celebrate. He passing his test and all that stuff. You know, I have all those things waiting. And then it was winter time. You can't really enjoy that. Like, but you need to drink them.
So I have something I want to bring up.
Sure.
So you know I'm a big Seahawks fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, and people out there, if you don't know, I am a big Seahawks fan. And I haven't bought and purchased many things from the Seahawks for a while. And I saw something that I had to have. So I ordered it. I purchased it. Did all the stuff that you got to do when you pick it out, you check out, and all this other stuff. Did that. Then you get a quick, oh, thank you for your order. You were going to receive a notice in your email. Okay, so I get out of that, go to my email. Yep. You know, congratulations. You've ordered so and so. This is your confirmation number. And I'm thinking, yeah, buddy, I got it. I feel good. So the next day, I get an email.
Sorry, we ran out.
Yes. Unfortunately, we cannot process your order because the item you were interested in was no longer available. And I'm thinking, how could that be? I mean, it's advertised. It's there. It says in stock. Okay?
Yep.
And when I looked through the site, I saw other things that I liked, but it said out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. And then when I came across this one item, it says in stock. I said, yeah, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. So I went and I thought I had it. Okay? Only to find out that I did not get it. How frustrating and upsetting and deflating that was.
I get that all the time.
Do you get that? I was going to ask people out there in the chat room, has that happened to you? Now, I've heard of, and I know a couple of people that have ordered cigars, put in your cart, and when they go to purchase them, they think they have them, and then when they get their items in, the cigars that they thought they purchased are not there.
And
there's
with good reason.
There's a sorry note. I'm sorry, but this item was no longer available and was not able to be, processed. And there's no, in my case, there was nothing that says, because of this, we're going to give you on your next purchase free shipping or a discount.
Right.
Most cases, that happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still disappointed that I did not get what I want.
Val, what is it? Can you describe what is it?
A helmet.
Okay. So let me ask you, Val. Would you ordered a helmet? Would you mind to receive a helmet that has a big gash on it?
No.
Okay. So it's best that they tell you they don't have it anymore.
Well, I would rather have gotten that helmet with the big gash on it and then send it back to him.
No, because he would be very disappointed.
Yeah, I would be disappointed, but I know I got the item. It didn't come in the exact condition I expected to be in, and I would send it back thinking,
No, because they will tell you they don't have another one to replace with,
yeah, that would be the other thing.
right? So what happens is, okay, people tend to have expectation of how many they have. So out of 20 humidors I got, one of them that I saw was defective. It was not very big defective. It's just a little bit defective, right? But
Was
they
it
still send it to you.
functionable?
Huh?
Was it functionable?
It's perfectly functionable. It's the all right.
So,
So-
was it the lettering? It was the
It's the
painting,
gold
it was
lining.
the striping.
It's the gold stripe. One of the stripe missing a little chunk.
Mm.
They'll still send it to you because whoever checked it didn't see it or didn't want to bother with it. So out of the 20, I technically have 19. So if I was someone that's selling it, I sell 20. And when somebody go pack it, check it, and say, okay, shit, this is bad. I have no choice but telling you I don't have it anymore. So instead of sending it to you and see if you'll be okay to keep it, I rather send that back to the manufacturer says this one is defective, right? Because it's not gonna be right. You gotta receive it. You gotta be disappointed. You'll be like, why? And then you ask, why didn't anybody check it? Right? Now I still have that one. I was thinking that I'll just give it to someone in the future. Somebody might not mind or something. It might be a discount, whatever. But they do have. A lot of time I get that when I buy stuff. A lot of time I get that. Where like their inventory said they have it, when they go check it, whether or not it's sellable, it's not. It's not, right? Have you ever go look at like a Lowe's or Home Depot, whatever, and it says you have 3 units available? You go there, there's none.
Yes.
3
Yes.
units available just means the inventories are coming. So a lot of time the inventory is not matching whatever they have in the store, and you'll be disappointed. And this is why I end up pre-ordering everything, every model I want. I pre-order it as soon as I don't care if I have to wait 2 years. I pre-order it. I want to be in the line when there is hundreds and thousands available. So, but here's the thing, Val, if you really do care about it, you could. There is place to buy aftermarket at an inflated price.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm not going that route.
So it's really depends how much you want. I purchased sneaker from Go and StockX, and they have contacted me, say that they just realized the sneaker with the damaged box was defective. They sent me a picture to me, and then they said, okay, I have purchased a Labubu on StockX long time ago, where they have emailed me during the process of verifying whether or not is good. They have damaged it, and they couldn't send it to me. So it does happen. So that's the thing. When I ask you, like, would you okay with defective item? Here's the thing. I personally rather not ever get it and complain about not getting it than getting it and be very disappointed after I open it. Because that disappointment is different than not receiving. Because your mind will come up with 100 different ways to fix this thing. 100 different ways. Like, you know what? Maybe if I bring someone that can fix this paint, you know what? If I can bring somebody, you will have that. You'll worry about that for weeks. And then you have to think about whether or not when you email them back or contact them back, they'll believe that that damage actually came from them, not you. So it's a lot better if you didn't receive it. It sucks, but that's the thing. It depends how much you wanted something. Like there are things that my wife wants, like she wants a scarf or t-shirt, whatever, and she didn't get it. Like when she probably wait a couple days thinking about it. When she want to order, it was not available. I was like, how much do you want this thing? If you wanted that back, go find aftermarket and buy it. It's few dollar more for your consideration. How much do you want it? Well, not few dollar, but that's what I told her. Few dollar more too for your consideration. You snooze, you lose. Somebody bought it, and you snooze, you lose. Right? A lot of sneakers, like when you buy Nike sneakers, like once you order it, I had to see whether or not you get it. You don't get a notification until like an hour later. It just say you're in line. And I buy sneakers all the time. I never wear them. I just buy them.
You don't
because-
wear them.
Yeah, I just buy them because I want them. So if I didn't get it, okay, I didn't get it. That's the thing. Usually want has a different feeling once you get it. But once you have that helmet, you're never gonna put it on. You might try it day one, and that's it. And you put it on display, it'll never be touched again.
Right.
Right? So it's one of those things that you just gotta sit there. Literally, when I receive the shoes, I bring it, I open it, I take one look at it, I take a picture of it, slap it back in the box, toss it to the side.
So here's another thing that came up to me. This just happened. It just happened yesterday. Went to the store, purchased an item, and there was only 2 items left. Okay, 2 items left of this item that I received, that I looked at. And of course, I'm looking at the box, and one box had a really bad dent and gash in it. Okay? The other box looked perfect.
Okay.
Not a crease, not a dent, nothing. Looked pristine. Of course, that's the one I took. I bring it home. Take it out of the box. It's well packed, well padded. Took it out. Took the protective corrugated stuff off. Took it out of the box, slid it out. Took it out of the sleeve. Took off the bubble wrap. Unwrapped everything. Took out the instruction book. Read it. I had to put together a couple items on it. One item connected, boom, no problem. The next item connected, boom, no problem. Get to the third item that I had to connect, and it would not line up.
Okay.
No matter what I did, and I look at, this is something that should take people with decent vision. I'm not going to say perfect vision, but that has good vision. Should be able to do in 5 minutes. And my wife is sitting down watching me doing all this stuff. Do you want me to help you? No, I got it. You want me to do that for you? I can do it. Here, let me see it. No, I said I got it. Now I'm getting upset.
Okay.
45 minutes to put this one little piece together. I get this one piece together, boom, I'm done. 45 minutes on this one piece. The other pieces, boom, snap, line up, boom, everything is fine. All I got to do is put this one piece together, and I'm just boom, put it on this thing, on the base, and I'm ready. Could not line it up no matter what I did.
Sure.
No, okay. And finally, my wife said, "Okay, come on, let me try it. Let me do this. And I relented. And now, me spending all this time on it, I'm going to be pissed off if she puts it together like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she tries to do it, and I see a minute goes by, and 5 minutes go by, and 10 minutes go by now, and I'm saying, okay, I feel pretty good about this. It's not me only,
Okay.
So finally, she really examines the 2 pieces.
Okay.
And she goes, "Oh, there's a manufacturer's defect, because where some of the lines should be straight, they were all crinkled up. And no matter what you did, you could not align it."
Okay.
And I'm thinking, you know what? Let's heat it up. Let me get my lighter. Let me get my torch, and I'll heat it up and soften it up and, kind of straighten it out. Maybe because I wanted the item.
Okay.
And it didn't work. So what did I do?
You go back and buy the other one.
I put it all back together, disassembled it, put it back almost exactly the way I received it. Okay, it fit in a box perfectly. Took it back. As I'm waiting to return it, my wife says, I'm gonna go back and see if the other one is, of course, the other one in a messed up box, right?
Okay.
It's gone.
All right. Have you contacted the manufacturer for the part?
Well, wait a minute. So I'm talking to the customer service person, and I'm telling this person what the problem was. She grabs it. She puts a big ass sticker on it that says defective. A big yellow sticker on it that says defective on the box. Okay, then she takes the item out. She gets a pair of scissors and she cuts the electrical cord.
Yeah, so you can't use it.
I said, why did you do that? It's only got this one piece that's messed up. I said, can't you contact them and tell them just to send you the part?
Not from the store.
She said, no. She said, once you bring it back here and we take it in, we cannot take it back.
Yeah, they gotta send it back to the factory. Entire thing. Can't
No,
resell it.
not even that. You know what they do is they cut the cord, the electrical cord.
Right, so you can't resell it.
You can't resell it.
So they send it back to the manufacturer.
Well, I don't know if they did that, but let's say they do that.
They do that, get a credit. Yeah.
I said, oh my God. I said, it's just all they needed was this one little piece, and
But they can't do that. That's the thing. You can do that. On the instruction booklet, there's always a phone number where you can contact the customer service, get a part. And I've done that many times.
And I didn't do that. And hindsight, I should have. But I really thought that when I took it back, I was, crossing my fingers that other box was still going to be there, and then that not happening, I'm thinking, okay, they'll take care of it because I'm getting it of the place where I'm buying it from. I'm getting it from them. Okay. And they didn't even bother to look at the defective part.
There's no need to, because they couldn't figure it out. It's not their job.
Don't you want to see what's wrong with it? You
No.
can type it in. They said, no, we just type in returned by customer defective. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway. So
That's a standard practice. I mean, that's what I learned after putting so many things together and have experienced defective parts. And that's not only for furniture. I do that for my model kits, where I'll get them to ship a single piece from Japan. I've done that many times. Furniture pieces and stuff like that. Okay, if I needed the furniture that bad, like I need this today, usually I'll buy 2 of them. I'll put one together. If it's fine, then I'll return the other one. If it's bad, I'll swap the part and
you
return
swap
the defective.
parts up, right? Yeah.
So usually I'll buy 2. It's not I'm losing any money. I'm buying myself convenience. So when I see something like that, if I go to a place where like I see the furniture boxes tend to be destroyed, I'll buy multiple ones. Just because it looks like something is destroyed. It might be. But I have done that many times. In fact, I bought a leaf sucking thing. You suck up the leaf, it shreds it up and goes to a bag.
Like a vacuum
Yeah.
shredder thing, yeah.
It comes with a little wheel. I plugged the wheel on, it was broken. So I called them up and then they sent me another wheel. My wife bought a carpet for the dog. After she bought a carpet, she's regretting the size. She's like, we can keep this, but I bought it during the on a time where there's discount. I was like, call them up, let them know size does not fit. We'll buy another one at the same discount. If not, whatever. And they say, well, the only way I could do that is for exchange. I was like, I can exchange it. I'm doing you a favor keeping it. But if you want me to send it back, send it back. I don't care. But if your manufacturer want to go through that much trouble to resell a carpet that has been used, that's you. I pay for it already. So they sent me the code. So my wife bought another one. And my wife said, "What happened if they don't send this one back?" I said, "Nothing. They probably don't want you to send it back. I don't know why the policy is like that because they rather make that money than not." So, you know, manufacturers are funny. But here's the thing: I deal with so many manufacturers, I actually know behind the scene work, and it's a lot of things that you return once they cut the lines. They can make sure that the manufacturer doesn't repackage and send it back to the store again. A lot of company has one address for receiving the defective, and one address to send out the new stuff. You don't want them to refurbish it, so you cut it. But that happens. Too bad it's not assembled for cigars. I mean, if I got a plug cigar, and then what? I can't send that one back.
Yeah, I had a friend that bought some kind of VR tool. I can't even remember the brand, but you know, you get the kind that you plug the batteries in and you charge it up, right? Mm-hmm. And there were supposed to be 2 batteries in the box.
Okay.
There was only 1 battery.
Okay.
Well, he called up the manufacturer and he told them, "Hey, listen, I got this item and I only got 1 battery instead of 2. Can you send me another battery?"
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, no problem. We'll take care of it."
Right.
Like 5 days later, they sent them an entire brand new unit.
It's a lot cheaper that way.
Instead of just sending 1 battery, they sent him an entire brand new unit. So now he's got 2 of them.
Have you ever buy a battery before?
Nope.
You should go see the price of those batteries. So you buy a long trimmer, comes with 1 battery, right? The long trimmer with the 1 battery is probably $99. Let's say that's the case. Okay. When you go buy the battery, it's $100.
Oh.
So which one is gonna be cheaper? Me riding off a lawnmower with 1 battery, or ride off a $100-something battery? I'll send you the lawnmower or the trimmer.
The trimmer, yeah.
Because they make the money on the battery, not the trimmer. So they don't care. They just write it off. But it's a lot easier to write off 99 than $100-something. This is why, like, a lot of my power tool, I don't go like. There's a lot of people that have a lot of like tools, okay, like, you know, drills or whatever and all that stuff. And I'm always amazed how many batteries they have. They have like 10, 15 battery packs. I was like, you know, those are like $100-something, right? Yeah, but you know, I need to use it. Snap down is easy and stuff like that. I was like, couldn't you just buy 2 or 3 of those packs? So you have multiple drills and now have multiple batteries. They're like, yeah, but I don't really need it. I just need the battery. So he's spending more money on batteries. I have some tool that's really old, and when I look at the battery, I'm shocked. So I bought a tool for like $100-something, the whole set of tools with 3 batteries in there. Now buying 1 single battery costs more than the entire set plus the 3 batteries. The only problem is that they don't sell that pack anymore. I will have bought it because I saw the tool sitting over there. I just don't have the battery. The next step is, there is way, and I hate to do that, is for me to replace the battery cells in there myself. Which I have done before on one of the vacuum cleaner that my wife has. My wife really liked one handheld vacuum. She loved that one. She doesn't want anyone but that one. And that one has 1 billion battery cells, rechargeable. One day died. I was like, babe, I'll just buy another one. Just buy another one. We bought like 3 different kinds, and she hated all of them. She's like, fix this one. So I literally have to go to those industrial places and buy battery cells and solder it back on there myself. Now, can you do that with a rechargeable battery? Yes, you can. It's annoying as hell because you could get zapped when you solder them together. So yeah, eventually I probably had to do that. It is 40 volt. So, tools, things. You gotta understand what people selling you, right? Like when you buy a printer, you're not buying printer, you're buying the ink, and they give you the printer, right? When you're buying a car, you're not buying a car, you're buying a car service, right? The car dealer doesn't make that much money on cars. Car dealer makes money on service, right? Continued service is what makes them money. So, you know, just have to understand what you're buying. You know, just another life lesson that the school doesn't teach you. I always make fun of my wife about school system. We went to the same school, but the things that we learn is different. I think a lot of them is having to live through the problems, live through issues where you learn them. And my wife doesn't learn those things. It's funny. The other day I had to tell my wife, you know the difference between volume and weight? What would she try to convert? She was trying to convert ounce to liters. Ounce to liters. I was like, babe, you're trying to convert a liquid, measurement of liquid, to measurement of weight. It doesn't work. She said, what are you talking about? I was like, there's a difference between mass and volume. She said, huh? I was like, we went to the same school. How does that work? Both you and I graduated from the same school. We learned the same like syllabus. How do you not know this? She's like, yeah, but then like, look, it says ounce here. I was like, babe, that says floor ounce. It's a liquid ounce. She's like, what does that mean? It's like, because liquid has different weight.
Well, she was converting liquid to weight.
Volume of
ounces
liquid to weight.
Grams.
Yeah, I think she was trying to convert liters to ounce weight. I was like, you do know different liquid has different weight. So you're talking about volume to weight. That's like saying two of the, like you have two person 5'8", they have to weigh exactly the same. No, they don't. So I had to explain that to her. I was like, how do you go to school? Like how? What did you learn? Like nobody used that information. I was like, they do. They do. So yeah, she always gets me like disappointed about school system. But like we went to the same school. We went to the same school. I don't know how she can. How does she not know? A lot of things that she doesn't know, I know, and I know we learned that in high school. We went to the same exact high school. In fact, we had classes together. Back in the day. Kind of disappointed about the school system. And I think that as the time goes, I'm more disappointed about the school system. Because the school system doesn't teach you what you need. I think recently they decided to teach you finance, like how to do your tax or something like that, how to read your tax in school now. I think that's recent. My wife, she's in finance and she cannot do tax. My wife has never ever filled up a 1040 easy.
Too much reading.
I'm talking about 1040 easy. I'm not even talking about the standard 1040. It's one sheet.
Yeah.
She have never done that, and she work in finance. That's why I always tell her, like, you know, your job is full of fraud. Your job is fraudsters. You put in numbers and pretend you know what's going on, but you don't. It's like, you're kind of right. We just make sure the number matches. We don't care. That's how it is. That's how it is. Knowledge is done by experience, right? If you never experienced, you wouldn't know. But like that, she's like, you know, some people just know, some people don't. Like, well, some people willing to learn how to do it, some people don't. The other day I was filling the walls with like a filler, you know, the pink paste dries up white.
Yeah.
So I was filling it up. She's like, it's pink. It's like, it dries white. It's like, how? It's pink. I was like, it's oxidation. It dries out white. Don't worry. And I put it out. It's all pink and everything. She's like, no, it's pink. It's ugly. I was like, just wait till tomorrow. I can tell. She's like, why do you know how to do that when my dad don't? I was like, because your dad doesn't fix shit. Your dad breaks shit. Right? But then she's like, why is people don't have that standard of living? I have a standard of knowledge. Like, why is it all like, you know? She's like, just like everybody expect women to know how to cook, shouldn't we all expect guys know how to do hands-on stuff? And I say, well, guys could expect you to know how to cook, but the fact is that you don't know how to cook. There are a lot of people that don't know how to cook. Putting stuff in the microwave don't count as cooking. You can expect something. It doesn't mean the way it is. And here's the thing. Just because you know how to do it doesn't mean you can do it. Right? Like everybody knows, like, oh, how do you change oil? Yeah, you just, you know, you drain the oil, you take off the filter, and you put the filter back on, you plug it out and dump oil in there, you're done. How many people actually know how to do that? Right? I was servicing the snowblower today. She's like, how do you know where the oil come out? How do you know, like, you know, how much oil to put in and stuff like that? How do you know? Like, why do you start a snowblower and just let it sit there? I was like, cause when we're in school, they tell you that a lubricant is slower doing cold. You know, they're thicker. So you gotta run it.
A
so
little
it
warm
warms
up.
up, it's liquid. And she's like, oh, how do you know that? I was like, we went to school and we learned this. All right. So I drained it and I put it in there. I said, how do you know how to tell when the oil is enough? Well, number one, there's dipstick. And here's the thing. The funny thing is that some people don't know how to read dipstick. You take it out, it's always the same, right? I was like, you take the dipstick out, and then kind of tilt it over, and then you look at it, and under the light, you'll know where it is. Kind of approximately. You just want to make sure the part that's above the line is not wet, right? And she's like, but you still don't know how much to put it. Why you put too much? You put too much, you put drain it. And here's the thing. There's something called the instruction booklet that literally tells you how much to put in.
As long as you know where the booklet is at.
I keep all my booklet. That's why I'm a hoarder. I have cases of instruction booklets. I keep booklet even on the things that I no longer have. It's like, you know, this is what happens when you don't read instruction booklet. This is why my wife doesn't know like half the function on the car, because she doesn't read the instruction booklet. When I buy a car, first thing I do is take the instruction booklet with me and put it in the bathroom. It's a horrible read, but it's a good read.
So let me ask you a question. Does she know how to turn on the hazard lights?
She does, because she uses that a lot. She double park and uses hazard light.
Okay.
Right? But there are things that she have absolutely like. Okay, she does not know that automatic window has 2 levels. She doesn't know that if you press a little bit, it goes down a little bit. You hold it down and then let go, it goes all the way down. She doesn't know that she have that. So when I was doing the thing and it goes down and then stops there, and she's like, how did you do that? I was like, you drive for how long and you don't know automatic window goes down, not all the way? So my car never goes halfway down. It goes all the way all the time. I was like, there is 2 levels. You press down a little bit. You press down harder. You hear click and then go all the way down. And this technology has been out there for like 20 years. 20 years. It's like, no. I was like, you drive this long, every time you open your windows, go all the way down. She's like, yeah, I don't open my windows. Simplest thing. Simplest thing. She couldn't figure it out. Bothers the shit out of me. So, educations are important. Please, people, stay in school. Stay in school. It drives me insane. stay in school, learn your stuff. I don't know how. I don't know how you can go to the same school, learn the same basic thing, but it's not. Yeah. Viscosity science 101. You would think so. You would think so, right? You know, you go to chemistry, the first thing they tell you the difference between solid, liquid, and gas, and all that stuff, right? No. I don't know how that's possible. Drives me insane. So education is important. I just don't know how to fix that. There's no way to fix our education system. I feel like people in the 90s are smarter. 80s are smarter. 70s are very smart. Yeah, without people from the 70s, 80s, 90s, we would not have the advancement today. Because the advancement today did not happen with the people that were young. The advancement with people that's older at the time that came out with those ideas. So the stagnant in advancing technology is due to the generation that didn't know anything. And the good advancement, the boom in the 90s and the boom in the 2000s in technology is because we have smart people. And the smart people is not just smart, it's the fact that the education was good, right? And they came out with like standardized tests and like MCAS and then all this junk. That ruined it. That ruined it. Nobody needs to learn that hard. Oh, you just passed the standardized test. That's enough. 1 + 1 = 2. That ruined it. I think most people today don't even know why pi is not a definitive number. It goes on forever. They don't even know why. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know. All right, here's one. I'm gonna go off a little bit. Okay. A lot of people don't know that when you toast the cigar, it makes 0 difference. You still gotta burn your cigar. Val, do you know why? Val, you toast your cigar, right?
Yes.
So what do you do after you toast the cigar?
I toasted it, aerate it, then I light it up.
When you light it up, and you're not putting it in front of the fire again?
Yeah, but I'm using a different flame to do that.
Yeah, but you're still putting it in front of the fire.
Yeah.
So to say that you're not burning the cigar, you're still burning the cigar because you're putting it in front of the fire. You puff on it and you put the fire in there. That's how you light it up. That toasting thing will literally make no difference if your after effect was doing this. Because now you're burning again. The toasting thing probably will help the burn to be more even because it makes sure the sides are burned. But it will not prevent the cigar to have a burn taste. The first few puffs. Because you're still lighting it up. In fact, not only lighting it up, you're burning the ashes.
Mm.
You see? A lot of them will actually just it's a ritual. It feels great to do that. You're like just like, okay, I'll make sure to burn right and all that stuff. But if you put it under the science eyes, it's redundancy. It's redundancy. It's just make sure it will let. That's it. Anyway, so we will have a New Year's Eve show. Please bring a drink for toasting. All right, let's toast for the New Year. Bring a cigar, bring a drink. All right, celebratory cigar. If you're in the chat room, make sure, like, you know, post what you got to bring for celebratory. You know, if it's a good idea, we can all smoke them. All right, so post what you got to smoke for the New Year. Post what you got to drink for the New Year's, and we'll see what combo is good. And then we will toast and we will celebrate the coming of New Year's. And hopefully we'll have a good show and people can join us. All right, so that will be it for today, 11:03. I won't be jumping on to the chat room tonight. I have stuff to do, more cleaning, more stuff. So that will be it for today. I will see you guys next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. For those people who have not joined us on a public Discord, make sure you do. All right, the links are posted by our appointed human bot over there, over in the chat. Okay, so that'll be it. I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
All right. Good night, everybody.